Welcome to the secret of fat loss, the secret hack, if you will. Not a fan of saying hack, but the secret hack that you can implement into your world today that's going to lead you to insane results in every area of your life. But we're going to talk about in the weight loss, fat loss sense, and that is friction, presented by yours truly, Chris Shank. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm going to give people just a second or two to get on here too. I know we're starting promptly at 5, but there's some stragglers, and so I want to make sure everyone gets to see this. For those of you who don't know me, because not everybody knows me that's here, which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. I'm not that well known. You know what I mean? But I have done some things that are pretty insane, not only for myself, but for other people. So I want to introduce you to the old Chris, the Chris that wasn't always a super fit looking dude. The one that would order food and eat in his car before I got home consistently and hide food. I would have a Reese's Fast Break. The king size one comes, I'm not a punk, and a Monster, the green one, almost daily. And I weighed 40 pounds heavier than I should have. But at the time, I was still a super fit dude. I just didn't look fit. I was roughly running a mile in about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I could deadlift 400 pounds. I could squat 360. I could bench 220 and some change. Maybe 220. I think it was probably like 205, 225 or 200, whatever it was. 220, 225, something like that at the time. But I was 40 pounds heavier. And it was because of this trick I'm going to teach you today that helped lead me to sustainability. Not the big thing, not the things that move a lot, but this is the minute. This is something you can do that nobody talks about that really makes a massive difference. And by implementing this, here's some things that happened. Your boy looked super fit. Turns out when you start eating good and doing exercise and using friction to your advantage, magically you can not only lose weight, but keep it off long term. Okay. Chris, the new one, super fit looking dude, eats out maybe 3 to 4 times a month, lost 42 pounds in 12 weeks. Felt amazing, tons of energy, tons of confidence, felt awesome. And then turns out when you start implementing the things that you learned that you got from your mentors and coaches and making your own sort of system, magically other people get insane results too. Okay. All these people here were just either less than a year or 6 weeks. 12 weeks is the shortest here. So this is a 12-week transformation. That's a 12-week transformation. This is about a 4-month. This is a year. This is 12 weeks. This is 6 months, 6 months, 3 months. So 12 weeks there. But not only that, there's some more. Okay. But I'm not here to say, hey, cool, look how great Chris is and all the things in the program, sort of, but not really. I want to share a story that got this ball rolling that made me come up with this idea to begin with. And this is Bianca. Okay. Bianca was, I've actually known her for a really long time. We went to school together. So what was that? 7th grade. I was 12, 20, almost 20 years ago. Gosh, I'm getting old. So I've known her for a long time. And Bianca has been somebody that's struggled with her weight for that entire time. I don't remember a time prior to before she worked with me, she had lost some weight, but she'd never got down to looking like the picture on the right. So she would always be struggling with overeating or emotional eating and stress eating and all these things. By the way, I changed her name for purposes that make sense, right? So you can't find her. But she had all these struggles, and maybe you do too. Maybe you're somebody that struggles with consistency. Maybe struggles with discipline. Maybe struggles with motivation. Maybe struggles with just being on top of it, like continually forgetting to do the things that you need to do to get the result that you want. And it wasn't until not only did we implement the stuff that's in the Trailblazer Fitness Academy for her, but that I came up with this idea of friction that made it to where it wasn't just a 2-month, 3-month thing that had her losing weight, but she was able to set up her world to continue to lose weight for long term because of this one principle. So this thing can dramatically change your world, which is awesome. So please make sure you're distraction free, that you're following this, that you like the video. Gosh, if you could even share the video, that would be bomb so other people can get this information. It is going to be recorded, so you can always watch it another time, but this is going to be awesome stuff. Okay, so without further ado, we need to go over what the hell friction is. Okay, now friction has been used in many other ways, right? Like to sharpen a knife, you have to get a sharpening stone and spin it, or a sander of some sort, and push across it to make it sharper, to cut into it. It causes friction. Fire causes friction. Rubbing your hands like this causes friction. Okay? But in a weight loss fitness sense, friction, how I define it, is the decisions required to do a given task. So it's on a continuum, right? Just like friction, there's things with less friction and more friction, right? Like ice has less friction on it, and what's something I just been blanking? Oil. You put oil on the ground or soap on the ground, you can slide on it. But if you put sand on the ground, you're gonna get freaking rug burn or rash burn, right? Or whatever it's called. Road rash. There we are. Okay. So decisions required to do a given task is what friction is. So for the things that lead us to where we want to go, we want less friction. We want so little friction, it's like being on black ice. Like literally, you step on it and you are slipping and sliding all over the place. And you're on a downhill slide right to where you need to go. That's how you want friction to be for the things that you would like. And we're going to go over some examples. And for habits and actions that lead us farther from our goals, or things that we're doing now that we want to continue to not do, what are some things that we can do? We can add friction, aka add sandpaper, make it harder, make things more difficult to do when you put these things in front of you. So, as an example, eating prepped meals versus going out to lunch. Okay, so we are assuming that you already have your meals prepped, and we are assuming that there are places that you can go out to eat. Both have to be true. Okay, so when it comes to eating your prepped meals, here are the amount of decisions you have to make in order to do it, assuming you have the food with you at work or at home. Go to the fridge. Go to the microwave. Heat it up. Eat it. 3 decisions. Bang. That's pretty awesome. 3 decisions. Now to go out to lunch, let's look at how many decisions that requires. Get in your car. Turn at the light. Turn at the light. Stop at the light. Get to the food place. Get out of your car. Walk in. Wait in line. Order. Pay. Get in your car. Go turn at the light. Turn at the light. Get out. Walk in and eat. 16 decisions. Oh, snap. Versus 3. Shoot. And so if we can continue to make the thing that's probably going to get you the result easier to do, because you and I both are inherently lazy. We don't want to make thousands of decisions. We have a finite amount of decisions per day, and we want to use them sparingly. And so if we can make going out to eat really, 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 really inconvenient versus just getting to the fridge and reheating your food, man, that's how you win. Because we want to do the thing that takes less time, right? Eating your prep meals, what is it, 2 minutes to heat it up, maybe? Versus 30? Which one solves the problem faster? Eating your prep meals. Now we can get into the conversation of, yeah, maybe going out to eat tastes better. Yeah, but then now we got a different problem. We don't have a friction problem. Now we have a mindset problem. We have a goal problem. Your goals aren't big enough and aren't awesome enough to where it leads you to where you want to go, more so than eating your prep meals does. But anyway, I digress. So you see how this thing, the eating your prep meals, has 3 decisions versus 16, which is why bringing food to work with you or have it prepared ahead of time is easier than if you didn't have it. Because there's an example. That one probably takes 30 minutes, maybe longer than that, honestly. Like depending on how far you go, like there's a place by me called Nero's House. Oh, it's so good. It's in the same plaza that I'm in. It's about 15-minute time from when I order it to when I get to eat it. And so if I were to do that, which I have, you know what I mean? I'm not, it's good. I know how to make it fit, whatever, right? So if I do that, It takes me about 8 minutes to walk there, grab my food, 8 minutes to walk back. We'll call it 30 minutes. Now, if I was at home and I was going to order the food, it's like 45 minutes. Okay. So I think in my mind, all right, it's 45 minutes, but I'm hungry now. And my stomach's growling literally right now. So if I were to go and need to make my food, well, I've got to think of what to eat, which is why we plan foods ahead of time. I have to then cook it, which takes 45 minutes to an hour. And then I get to eat it. You see how, even though there's 3 decisions, this thing takes longer. It's more inconvenient. There's more decisions that have to be made of what sort of meat, what kind of thing do I feel like eating, what all these things. When if you would have done that ahead of time, now you have less decisions to get to it now. See what I'm saying? And it's quicker. So all of the excuses that we typically would have of not eating the food that we prepped are gone, or that we eat our healthy food because it takes longer, it costs more, blah, 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 whatever. All the things aren't true, but that's fine. Like now we get to it quicker because we have 3 decisions versus 16. Okay. Now, when we want to do things that get us to our goal, we not only want to set ourselves up to have less friction points, but if it's not working, then we need to take away even more friction, right? Maybe, I don't know about you, this happens to me, is I sometimes forget to bring my food. I have it prepped. I have my whole fridge has like 10 pounds of chicken in it that's cooked. I've got, I cooked about 5 pounds of potatoes that roasted them. And I have avocado. This is what I'm having for lunch today. Chicken, red potatoes, avocado mini cups, fat-free cheese. I've got all that stuff in my fridge. But sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm like, oh, crap, I didn't grab it. I didn't actually take my food with me. And so it's a friction point. Dang it, I didn't grab it. And I'm 15 minutes away from my house. So for me to go home to get it, to come back would take the same amount of time if I ordered Nero's. And Nero's is right there. And I don't have to drive. I can literally work for 10 minutes, go get it, come back, and be roughly the same time. And I don't have to waste gas. You see how all these things kind of start playing in, like, oh, look, I don't have to do this, I don't do this. I can just walk there. And sure, it's like $15 each time, $16 each time. But it's better than me driving all the way home, sitting, wasting gas and coming back and time. Versus me just getting it there. So what you can do, put a reminder on your phone to get your food out of the fridge. Okay, put your keys in the fridge. Electricity does not get messed up by cold. By water, it does, but not cold. So you can put your keys in the fridge. It's not going to do anything to them. They're not going to freeze because it's not freezing temperature. So you can leave them in there. And you can't leave your house without your keys, turns out. So if it's on top of your food, it's really hard to grab it. Sometimes, too, I'm like, well, I got to pack my lunch in the morning, and I'm trying to put my kid to school. She doesn't listen. I'd say, get your shoes out. She doesn't have her shoes. I'm like, well, where are your socks? She's like, I don't know. I can't find them. And I got to go in her room and get the socks and blah, blah, blah. Literally, have you seen that this is something maybe you deal with too? I do as well. It's freaking my kid. So in that case, I just pack it the night before. Put it all on the thing. And then when it's time to eat, when it's time to grab it, it's already there. It's already pre-packed for me. Instead of all of them in the containers that they're cooked, pack it before. Done. You don't have to think about it. It's already there. Less decisions, less friction. Okay. Now, going out for lunch, you can add friction. You can make it harder. Leave your card at home. You can't buy food if you don't have a card. Don't bring cash. Don't have cash with you. But if you're like, oh, I don't want to have my card. Okay, that's cool. Wrap your card with a sticky note that says this card does not buy fast food. I've had people do that. As a reminder that card does not buy fast food. It does not do that. You only eat the food that you got. Okay? Plan lunch with someone at work. Hey, Susan, our lunch is at 11:30. Do you want to eat lunch today? Yeah. And Susan's got her lunch. And so you have to get your lunch. And it's there. You just eat it. And it's right there. Done. Because you can't eat lunch with Susan by going to get food, coming back and eating it. She's going to be done. And then it's lunchtime's over and you got to go back to work. Okay? Post a picture of meals to friends or online to prove to yourself you aren't eating out. It might sound stupid to you. It might sound dumb. But the reality is, doing things that you aren't doing right now that are going to get you better results is the very thing you need to do to get you better results. Waking up early, going to bed early, doesn't sound cool when the only time at night you have away from kids is late at night. And so you want to spend that time scrolling TikTok or Facebook or reading a book or sipping some wine or whatever. But if your goals demand you to wake up early so you can work out, and you wake up early and work out. You just do it. And it's not what people do. But look at the landscape, team. Look at the people out there. Do you want to be like everybody? Is 67% of people obese? Most people depressed? Most people have no life savings? Most people have no plan for life at all? Most people fly by the seat of their pants with their food? I think it's something like 80% of people that are pre-diabetic don't even know it. Imagine how many people are diabetic walking around every day feeling like crap, not knowing they're diabetic. I pray to God that's not you. But we don't want to be like them. Not that they're bad. It's just that you know you deserve more. You deserve better. So you get to do things that are different than other people. Welcome to the club. Everybody does it here. It's normal. Now, this friction piece that you might be like, wow, that's pretty freaking sick. I never would have thought of something like that. Like putting my keys on there. Maybe you're like, man, for exercise too. If you're like, I got to go find my workout clothes, hunt them out the night before. Have your workout written up on a whiteboard. Have a buddy go with you to the gym. Set in your reminder. I have on my phone, I'll share with you. Let me find it. On my phone, I have an app called TickTick. And on here, you can't see it, sorry. On here, I have things that I mark off. Like today, I didn't take my supplement. I took some supplements, but I left my greens at home. I'll take more greens. You swipe it, and I did it. I did my stuff. Listen to the Bible this morning. Swipe. I did it. 4-day streak. Look at that. Friggin' A. 4 of 4. I just started this. So having these little things helps remind you of what you're doing, keeping you on top of it. And this piece of how this works is the tippy top of the iceberg as far as how the program runs in general, right? And by doing this, Bianca went from consistently failing at her programs by month 2 to losing all that weight in a 5-month time span, literally going from, I believe she was in the high 180s to the 135s. And look at that, same pants where her legs were busting out of these holes, now they're loose. That shirt that was literally pushing out the sides, whereas she called it her mushroom top, not even muffin top, her mushroom top because it looked like the top of a mushroom was sticking out. Now she's got nice little Coke bottle going on there. Was the difference between long-term results and short-term results was doing that, was adding and taking away friction in areas that she wanted to get to, taking it away, and things and habits that she was doing that was leading her to not doing what she wanted, she was adding friction. Putting Oreos underneath in a weird spot in the pantry, putting a bag around the ice cream in the freezer and putting it at the bottom. So she had to open the freezer, look in there, find the ice cream, open the bag. You see how there's times where you'd be like, do I really want to go through all this hassle for some friggin' ice cream? I don't think so. I don't think so. And other people in your house might want it, or maybe you're single, you just chuck it. Why you don't need it? It's a waste of money. Yeah, but it's leading you down poor health, and that poor health is going to cost more than $3 for the ice cream. I promise you that. Okay. But this stuff here is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to how the process and programs runs here at the Trailblazer Fitness Academy. That little dot is, gosh, it won't even let me get to it. That little dot there is the tip of all the stuff that I teach you in the Trailblazer Fitness Academy. And that's only one part of it. Because in the Trailblazer Fitness Academy, what makes us different is we have 3 parts of your program that if you don't have all these 3 things, you will never be successful. So you've got the fitness, right? You got to work out 3 to 4 times per week, 20 to 30 minutes each. That's like personal training, boot camp, all these things, which is cool. But most people put all their eggs in the fitness basket. And I can tell you from experience, being a big, heavy dude and all those people that you saw, you put all your eggs in the fitness basket, you're going to end up here anyway because you're not going to get the results you want. You maybe lose 10%. 10% of your results come from fitness. Fitness is used elsewhere. Fitness is used for stress relief, for building muscle. And when losing fat, you can't build muscle. And so it's good stress relief. Makes your body feel good, gets you stronger. Because you can lose fat and get stronger. Absolutely. Fuel, this is nutrition. We've got to get your nutrition dialed in. Just because we took away friction from things doesn't mean that you magically learn the right amounts of food to eat, what portion sizes, the meal timing, the foods that make your body feel best, all those things. Doesn't do that. It does, however, lead you away from eating the garbage. But if you don't eat the right amount of protein, your muscle goes down, which makes your metabolism go down, which is why HCG, Herbalife, Isogenics, a lot of these crazy diets, these really limiting, really restrictive diets, they don't get you the result because you're not capable of eating enough food to minimally maintain your muscle. Problem. But the most important piece is function, right? Because I can give you a really good fitness program and a really good nutrition plan, right? We got the fitness and fuel dialed in. But if you continue to believe the things that you believe that are holding you stuck, like you're not a number one priority, you're the queen of your world and you eat last and you do the dishes, you never put yourself first. If you put your health on the back burner for other crap, you will always consistently never, ever, ever keep the weight off. I can get you losing 60 pounds in a year, easy peasy. But if we don't fix that piece, all of that weight will come back, which is why bariatric surgery, doing crazy diets again, boot camp, getting a personal trainer does not fix that problem. You cannot fix lifestyle change and function and how your thoughts, beliefs, and action are by proxy. You can understand discipline until you do, but you have to do discipline. Does that make sense? Which is why the program works so well. So if you're somebody that's like, man, all that stuff makes a whole lot of sense, and I need to get results, not only like Bianca did, but I mean, goodness sakes, I could see myself in some of these other people that started with me. And notice they didn't all start super duper fit, super duper thin. Some of these people were never touched a weight. Some of them have been avid gym goers for years. Some of them are old, some of them are new. People in their 80s, people in their teens. So with that, here's your next step. Is you're going to go to bodyfathacks.com/breakthrough. You're going to fill out that form. We're going to figure out if this program is the right move for you. Okay? If you're somebody who wants lifelong sustainable change, somebody that is yearning to just get out of the rat race of fat loss, welcome home. This is the place for you. Okay? I look forward to seeing you in that breakthrough call. If you have any questions about the process, please let me know. You got my phone number.